Panthers, like most felines, are known to mark their territory, but the only mark that will be territorial on Monday Night Football at the Link will be Sanchez, the Eagles quarterback who makes his first start since 2012. He made his mark last week in Houston on that horrible field, the field that took out Nick Foles and starting inside linebacker D'Amico Ryans. Now, the rise of the Sanchize is coming to Philadelphia, and the Carolina Panthers are just going to have to sit back and watch it and take it as they pretty much get eliminated from playoff contention on national TV, because the Eagles are coming. I really feel that they dominated Arizona a couple weeks ago. They won fairly easily against the Texans last week. If it wasn't for a couple turnovers, it wouldn't even have been close. If the Eagles can clean up the 4 interceptions they had last week, just cut it down to 2, we're going to run away with these games. If you looked at the pace with Sanchez at the helm, it was a little bit quicker. Nick Foles got really good at throwing that deep ball to Macklin. And whether he comes back next year, early in the year, you can't hope for him to come back this year, because that would mean Sanchez didn't really pan out and we wouldn't be in good playoff position. So we've got to put all our eggs in Sanchez's basket, get behind this guy. He did go to 2 AFC championship games with the Jets, and if you don't think that it was the Jets and it was him, just look at Michael Vick. He was playing lights out before he got hurt last year, and then Foles, took his job because of injury, and because Foles just, took the bull by the horns and ran with it. So Vick and Sanchez trade places. Vick, who was outstanding here, can't get anything done because he's on a bad team. Now Sanchez gets to play for a good team. Let's see what he does. I really like what I saw both in the preseason and against the Texans last week. He had a nice touch on that deep ball to Macklin. It was slightly underthrown. He had the nice, sweet touchdown pass to Jordan Matthews in the back of the end zone on 3rd down. Last week, the Eagles, under Sanchez, were 3 for 3 in the red zone, which was one of their most glaring deficiencies coming into the game. He's got plenty of veteran experience. He's learned from his mistakes. He's got quick feet, and they get the plays off just a little bit quicker. But one of the biggest pluses to having Sanchez in the game is, even though he's not a speed burner, there's a threat that he could keep the ball in that read option. So what happened last week? You saw big holes open up for Chris Polk and for Shady McCoy and Darren Sproles. So the running game is going to improve, and then Sanchez was a hell of a play-action passer in New York, and his strong point, why I think the Eagles recruited him, was in the 2-minute drill. He was excellent running the 2-minute drill, and what do the Eagles do? They run the 2-minute drill for 60 minutes. So this offense is tailor-made for a Sanchez. Now, is he the quarterback of the future? I don't know. Maybe if he does really well and leads us through the playoffs, maybe to the Super Bowl, they sign him for a 2-year deal and groom a rookie next year. If Nick Foles is the guy next year, they get him at a discount, $600,000, because he didn't earn that big contract this year and he's out of time because of the injury. So it's not definitely over for Foles. You want to have 2 good quarterbacks if you can. Just going to be hard to keep both of them next year, especially if Sanchez plays well, and there's a lot of people trying to sign him to a deal elsewhere. But I digress. The Eagles should have no problem with the Carolina Panthers on Monday Night Football on national TV. Don't expect a big surprise. Just sit back and watch the rise of the Sanchize. Go Birds.